All right, Ad Omega is an Italian black metal duo from members of bands I would assume most people haven't wouldn't recognize. And Aphelic Ascent is their second full-length album, and all through. If you've heard the first record, you'll this is really just a step up. It's a little bit more successfully dissonant. It's a little bit more uh, intimate in some of its melodic moments that piece together those dissonant abstractions, and the balance, the sort of general appeal of the band is heightened in a really interesting way. Now, this is like an apocalypse or uh, existentially eschatological uh, focused black metal band. And the way I see the dissonance in this regard and the way they presented it is much more in line with what you would expect from Mayhem beyond the first album, before Chimera or Nearby, where the death metal influences hadn't quite shocked in there fully, but you get a lot of the more dissonant, avant-garde feeling of those records, with, of course, some Deathspell Omega in there as well. It's a really interesting sound that, that's my reference for it, find your own. But it fits really well with the themes here. There's a deconstructed element to it. There's a chaotic, kind of broken feeling to a lot of the parts of this record that feel, uh, are variously frustrated or just clashing in an interesting way. And when they do thread those really chaotic, jagged moments with the easier going, sort of more triumphal side of the band, it really works. And we'll take a quick listen to a clip here for an example, and we'll go from there. So I think one thing that I emphasize here is that I'm talking about an underground black metal band and not a mass market sort of group. And in a lot of ways, that means that there's a lot more availability of texture to the recording. There's more of a chance taken that's a little bit experimental in some of these songs, and it doesn't feel like they're putting on a show so much as exploring what is most interesting to them. And I find there's a lot of there's just something a little bit more real about the way they presented it here, in that these are intelligent thoughts and pretty interesting guitar work in general. That's kind of where I land with it. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a good balance if you don't fully love dissonant black metal, but you enjoy the triumphal feeling of a lot of modern black metal. It's a good medium, kind of getting both parts of it in an illustrative way that matches the theme of the record. So I'd really appreciated that, and it was reflected in the score. This is a high recommendation. I could probably go a little higher in the long run. I've been listening to it more since the review, so it's always going to change over time, but the recommendation remains high. And yeah, there's quite a bit more detail in the review, and we'll listen to another song while I post the score here. So check it out.